Hi. Thank you for joining me for today's mindful moment. In today's meditation, we will be focusing on embracing change. Change is one of those inevitables in our lives. But often when we are faced with change, we can also be presented with a lot of anger and a lot of resistance. You may find yourself fighting change. You may find yourself trying to control it when it's outside of your control. So today we'll learn to shift our perspective of change, to change how we think about change, and hopefully feel a sense of ease and a little more of an ability to embrace the changes that are coming our way. Let's start by sitting comfortably. You can stack your shoulders over your hips and sit nice and tall. Relax your hands down onto your lap. Place the palms of the hands so that they are facing up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. And think of this as your way of physically being open to any new changes that are coming your way. Take a moment to scan the body from the top of your head down past the ears, the neck, the shoulders, the ribs, the hips, down all the way through the legs to the toes. Just noting how you physically feel, noticing any emotions that you find immediately at the surface. Maybe any hesitance, any uncertainty, maybe any curiosity at what we might reflect upon in today's meditation. As humans, as creatures of this earth, we are constantly changing. We're never the same from one moment to the next. We are complex so that we can develop and grow and adapt to any change that we are presented with. Our bodies are constantly changing. Our skin replaces itself every couple of weeks. The lining of the digestive system rejuvenates every few days. And you may have heard that your skeleton replaces itself every 10 years. Our bodies are constantly changing, and our minds are constantly changing as well. Thanks to neuroplasticity, we are able to develop and grow new neural connections. We're able to form new branches of nerves that allow us to learn, to form new memories, to form new thoughts. We're able to develop connections between what has happened to us in the past, what is happening right now in the present, and we're able to hypothesize what might happen in the future so that we can prepare. We learn, we grow, and we change. We change to the point where if we reflect back on how we used to be, if you think back to when you were younger, thinking back on old thought patterns, old states of mind, maybe even old ways that you used to act, you may find yourself thinking, I was so young, I was so naive. It's easy to be a little judgmental in how we used to be. But try not to think too harshly of how you used to be. Because the old you, how you used to think, how you used to act, the old you is who created and allowed the changes that have made you new and that have made you who you are today. Outside of ourselves, we can see changes all throughout life. The changing of a caterpillar into a butterfly, the changing of pollen and nectar into sweet honey, the changing of tiny grains of sand into beautiful glass. Take a few moments to reflect on all the many ways that you have already changed. All the ways you have changed over the years, how you have physically grown, all the lessons that you have learned, changes in the people that you surround yourself with, changes in your relationship with yourself and with others. Now that all those transformations have happened, you may be able to look back with a sense of ease and even a sense of gratitude that those changes have taken place. But during the process, during the thick of that change, it may not have been comfortable. It might have been painful, and you might have fought it tooth and nail. Change can be uncomfortable. A lot of times, change is full of uncertainty. It can be scary, and it can often feel like it is outside of our control. But despite this uncertainty, we can learn to embrace change. Bring to mind any change that you are currently facing. Focus on maybe just one for the next few moments. Noting any change where you are facing some pretty strong resistance. That resistance could come from within yourself, or that resistance could come from others, the people around you. As you reflect on this change that you're currently on the edge of, practice kindness towards yourself. Practice compassion. Allow yourself to feel all of the emotions associated with that change. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to not know how you feel about these changes. But no matter how you feel, you can still find your breath. You can still practice kindness and compassion towards yourself, allowing yourself to go through all the changes that you need to. eventually. It might not happen tomorrow. It may take some time, but eventually, one day you'll be able to reflect back on this current change, and you'll be able to see the transformation that is taking place. You'll be able to look back on all the extraordinary ways that you have grown and all the ways that you have changed. Let's close out this meditation with 3 breaths. Sitting up a little taller, turn your hands so that the palms are facing down. You can connect with your own body, feeling the knees or the thighs underneath the hands. Take a breath in, pulling the breath in through the nose, holding it for a sec there. And then exhale, open the mouth and let that breath sigh out. And again, inhaling to fill the body with breath, something new. Exhaling to let that breath go. One more like that, allowing the breath to change the body. Inhaling to sit up a little taller. And exhaling to let your shoulders release down. Scanning from the very top of your head, down over the ears and the shoulders, all the way down past the hips and the legs to your toes. Noticing any subtle changes that have happened in your body just in the past few minutes. And thank you for joining me in your meditation practice today.